So, what is the circle of fifths? Now, something you've probably heard of if you've been trying to get a grasp on music and music theory and understanding major scales and minor scales and that type of stuff. You've probably heard of it, and you've probably seen that graphic with the big wheel with all the keys going around it, which looks something like this. And you can see here that we have the circle of fifths. We have starting from the dead top 12 o'clock position, we have C, the key of C, and if we go around clockwise, we have C, G, D, A, E, B, F sharp, C sharp, which the F sharp and the C sharp are also the G flat and the D flat, and then we go to A flat, E flat, B flat, F natural, and back to C major. So that is the circle of fifths, and what that does is it tells you the order of the sharp keys. Something that's really important to understand is if you go in a counterclockwise direction, that's actually called the circle of fourths, and that will give you it will give you the order of the flat keys. So starting again at 12 o'clock, but this time moving backwards, we have C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, and C flat. And I'm going to stop there because really, when using this wheel, we only go we go in one direction or the other depending on if we're working with sharp keys. Sharp keys are clockwise. Sharp keys meaning that they have sharps in their key signature. Or if we're working with flat keys, we go counterclockwise. And you can see if you move counterclockwise, you are moving through keys that have flats. And as you move clockwise through the sharp keys, you can see as you move from the C has no sharps and no flats, G has 1 sharp, D has 2 sharps, A has 3 sharps, E has 4 sharps, B has 5 sharps, F sharp has 6 sharps, although it's shown with flats here on this specific circle of fifths, but this is a fairly common one. Usually you'll see it with both. And C sharp, which would actually have 7 sharps if it was shown with sharps, because all of your notes are sharp in the key of C sharp. And that is the circle of fifths, going that way through the sharp keys. And what that tells you is, always starting in C, C has no sharps or no flats, but you move through the keys, G has 1 sharp, D has 2 sharps, A has 3 sharps, E has 4 sharps, B has 5 sharps, F sharp has 6 sharps, C sharp has 7 sharps. And the order of the sharps are always the same. F, C, G, D, A, E, B. And I had to count on my fingers. That is in fact 7. So that's all 7. Brain freeze. And if we go in the opposite direction, we have the circle of fourths. And that works the same exact way, except we are going to be going through the flat keys. So you can see we start again at 12 o'clock on the key of C. We go through, we have the key of F, which has 1 flat. The key of B flat has 2 flats. The key of E flat has 3 flats. The key of A flat has 4 flats. D flat has 5 flats. G flat has 6 flats. And the key of C flat has 7 flats in it. And the order of those flats, which they come up in that key signature, is always B, E, A, D, G, C, F. Those are always the order that the flats come in. So if you're in, say, the key of B flat, you know there's 2 flats, and you know the order B, E, A, D, G, C, F. You know your key of B flat is going to have a B flat and an E flat, which gives you B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, and A, which is the key of B flat, and that's how it's spelled out. Same thing if we're doing this in a sharp key. We're looking at the key of A. All right, the key of A has 3 sharps, and we know the order of the sharps. F, C, G, D, A, E, B. If you have 3 sharps, it's going to be F, C, and G sharp. So the key of A has A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, and G sharp, and that is the key of A. So using this as a tool, it's important to remember this goes both directions. Sharp keys clockwise and flat keys counterclockwise. And it's important to remember that these, as the sharps come into the keys, they follow a specific pattern, F, C, G, D, A, E, and B. And as we go through the circle of fourths and more flats come in, those flats also follow a specific pattern, B, E, A, D, G, C, F. And that should help to demystify the circle of fifths. Now, this is just talking about the major keys. Every major key has a diatonic, has a relative minor key, and that is a story for the next video. So keep a lookout for that. If you're interested in learning more about this kind of stuff, just keep heading back to guitarpro.io. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're posting all kinds of new videos all the time. And if you're interested in really delving in and understanding the mysteries of the guitar, unlocking the guitar, the technique of the guitar, understanding how music theory applies to the guitar, and just liberating yourself to be able to play freely on your instrument, to be able to play and think freely, you might want to consider Skype lessons with me, which you can also find out about on guitarpro.io. So until next time, keep hitting this stuff and keep having fun.